Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Hex Grassroots. Welcome and thanks for tuning in. Today we have Hex Grassroots number 19 with special guest. It's Marianne. She will join us in a couple of minutes. And with me, my co host is here. Meister, how are you doing?
Good evening, good morning, everyone. It's your boy, Meister Hex. Thank you, Hex Misha. I'm doing very well. A busy week. A lot has been going around. A lot of topics to cover about Hex, Postchain, and all the other stuff. So looking forward to stream with another special guest, as you said.
Yeah, we are so busy that we had to reschedule from Tuesday, our normal spot, to Thursday. But I'm glad we could still make it, and our guest is with us in the green room. Sorry. Yeah, you mentioned a couple of things. We had Hedron claiming and minting phase at the moment. We had Liquid Loan Sacrifice. We had the end of Sacrifice of Pulse X. Exciting times, I guess. Plus the Daytona race, where we didn't qualify, unfortunately, but we do get to drive another race.
Right.
In Las Vegas, I think. And Vegas conference should be also, which day is it? 6th and 7th?
Right, 6th until the 9th, actually.
Nice, yeah.
So
yeah, we're not there, but
maybe our guest will be. Let's ask her.
Yeah, let's get her on. Hex Grassroots number 19, special guest. It's Marianne. Welcome, Marianne. Nice to have you.
Hey guys, good morning. Good evening to your side.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Good to have you, Marianne. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me here today.
Awesome. You said good morning, so I assume you are. It's morning on your side, yeah? Early hours.
Yes.
Cool.
It's
So thank you
morning
for
on this
waking
side
up.
of the world.
Cool.
Yeah,
Can you share with us where you're located currently, in which country?
In the US. Yeah.
Okay.
West Coast represent.
Nice.
Awesome. So you're not far away from Vegas, yeah?
Yeah, like 2 hours away, like flight time to Vegas.
All right.
Yeah, it is a huge country. So even though you're already on the West Coast, still 2 hours.
Yes. Still have to fly 2 hours.
And will you do it for a conference?
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I will be there with the people I've met before. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I mean, we too been to the London party, and we always talk about how cool and awesome the atmosphere was there, and how nice and easy to talk to everyone was.
I'm jealous you guys made it. Well, we can't fly because the vaccine status and stuff.
Yeah, it was quite a hassle also for us because we flew from Germany, and it was also quite a hassle to manage all this to go over the restrictions and with the hotel quarantine and so on. So even for us Europeans, it was quite a hassle. So I can only imagine how difficult it would be for you. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully next time we all meet.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But nice that you get to meet your Hexican friends that you meet once before already, and then I guess you will have a great time as well, like we did in London.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to meeting more people because during the first Hex meetup, I was new to Hex and I don't really know a lot of people then. So I was kind of shy, like I'm just showing up and I don't know a lot of people. So I stick with those people that I knew already from Twitter or like I know from YouTube or something. So
Yeah.
I'm like I'm the type of person like, do I know this person? So I'm always shy. So that meetup provided me with opportunity to meet more people who is like me. So it was fun. I had fun during that Hex meetup, and I'm looking forward to more fun.
Yes.
That's great. That's great to hear. So you were pretty happy with the people you met in Vegas, and was the meeting 1 year ago? Yeah.
Yes, about it was June, so 9 months ago.
And I heard there
Yeah.
were about like 350 attendees. Is that roughly correct? Accurate?
Yes. Well, the first time that they arranged it, they were like expecting 150 or something. And then like uh days before the meetup, I think more people wanted to join. So yeah, we ran out of rooms, like, and then more people wanna go. So
Right,
yeah,
right, right.
when we were there, we don't like a lot of people can't be accommodated on the same place at the same time. So yeah, it was unexpected, but it was fun. Yeah.
All right, cool. And do you? What was your favorite moment or favorite, you could say, keynote or something? What stuck to your head from the last meeting?
From the last meeting, I
Yeah.
guess it would be the one where RG3 and Maddie, Korean, they run the tank. And then it was fun.
Yeah.
It was
They
like
drove over a car,
different.
right?
Yes, yes. Yeah, we were there. It was fun. And then
It looked
I
like
think
fun.
the most chilly thing we did is like going to the clubs, because it's like we're not talking about Hex, we're just having fun. It's like uh people
Hmm.
of Hex like thinking the same and just having fun, pure fun. So
That's
yeah, I think
awesome.
that moment is, yeah,
And clubbing and
pure fun.
partying, I assume, is pretty great in Vegas, right? It isn't just for gambling, it's also for shows and partying, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. And could you imagine, it was like June, so in some parts of the world are still panicking over COVID, and where they're partying without masks. So it was crazy.
That sounds awesome. Cool. So yeah, you've been pretty active.
Yeah,
Marian, obviously, we invited you because
yeah.
we follow you, of course, on Twitter. You're very active. So I was curious, or I'm curious, how did the whole cryptocurrency journey started for you? When was the first time you got involved in cryptocurrency?
Oh, okay. So it was, I think I was post big payday when I came into Hex. So
So was Hex the
before
first
that, I have,
cryptocurrency?
yes, yes. Fortunately, it
Oh,
was
wow.
my first crypto journey. Not really, really first, because I had to buy Ethereum to swap into Hex. But
Right.
yeah, like I bought Ethereum for Hex.
Right,
So
right.
yeah,
So Hex was the
yeah.
first cryptocurrency that got your attention, you could say.
Yes. But first, I have a friend who is into crypto and asked me like, "Hey, are you investing here or something?" Because I know he's been into stocks, and I've been doing some stocks too, but I
Hmm.
wasn't trading. I was just buying mutual funds or something. And then
Hmm.
I thought he was trading, but then he opened the question like, "Are you into crypto?" And I was like, "No, is it good?" Like, I'm kind of skeptical, because back in 2016, 2017, I have like my coworkers talking about Bitcoin and stuff, and people always have like the negative um thinking about, oh, it's crypto, it's bad or something. So I didn't
Hmm.
really pay attention to it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
now it's like the time that another friend of mine mentioned it, that's when I thought, oh, I better look into this. And then, yeah, and then after a while, like we didn't keep in touch really because he's been on vacation, and then it was holidays. I think it was like late 2020s. And then after a while, like I have some stocks that went down, like after this administration took over. So all the stocks went down, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm losing money. Like it's not a lot of money, but if you're saving,
Yeah.
and the stocks, like they are referred to by crypto people as ant gains.
Right.
So
Yeah.
So if the gains are
so
small, then you expect you don't expect any big dips, right? So
yes, but it was different. It was different during the takeover because like everything went down. All my ant gains were erased, and
right.
I lost about $8,000. Like it's not a lot of money, but for me it was
It
a
is.
lot because I saved that
Yeah.
money. I worked for it.
Right. You worked hard for it, right? 8,000 sounds a lot. So your friend mentioned your friend recommended Hex to you, or did he mention?
Yes, yes.
Oh wow.
Like I was like, hey, if I have like I got so tired. Like if I have like an extra $1,000, where should I invest it? And then my
Mm.
friend said, Hex, no explanation needed. So I was like,
Mm.
it
That's a good
wasn't
friend.
explained to me. Yeah, like it wasn't explained to me further or something. Maybe he wanted me to do my own research. But yeah, so I asked, so do I need to buy it in Coinbase or something? Like, oh, set up a Coinbase account, download the MetaMask wallet, swap it. I'll buy Ethereum and swap it. Oh, okay, sounds easy. So I got it installed in less than 5 minutes. And then
Right.
after a while, I'm like, when I was about to do it, I was like kind of skeptical. Oh, my friend doesn't mention about it. Maybe I'll just buy a little bit.
Right. No, but that's really cool. So I understand that you got interested into cryptocurrency after experiencing some loss in the stock market, and yeah, your friend recommended Hex to you, and you just kind of blindly trusted him from the beginning, just to get the feet wet, right? Just to have some exposure, and
Yes.
cool. And did he also
Y-
taught you how to set up the MetaMask and how to buy hacks? Because this you can't do at
No.
Coinbase, right?
Yeah, no. He just texted me like, oh, get Ethereum from Coinbase and then install MetaMask and swap it. So that's basically what he said. Like he doesn't go into details. So I had to
Okay,
learn
wow.
everything for myself.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can be a lot at first. Like the first time I did it, I was super skeptical and scared of
Yeah.
making errors, and uh, yeah, can be
Exactly,
much.
exactly. So when after doing all of that, I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't put 1,000. Maybe I'll buy 100. And that time, the fees aren't bad. Like you don't
Right.
really feel it. So and
Right.
I bought $100 hex, and it gave me like 10,800 hex or something. It was a good deal.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I never thought that the price appreciation, like it's gonna be that fast, you know?
Yeah, it was. I can imagine
Yeah,
it
And
was mind-boggling for you, right? Coming from
yes,
stocks, it
it's
was
on
like,
steroids suddenly.
yeah, and I was like, yeah, my regret was like not putting everything into Hex the first time, because now like buying Hex is expensive. It's not just the Hex itself, but the fees.
mm,
It's making it difficult. Like if you have an extra 1,000 or 500, you can't just do it because the fees will eat up everything. So
right.
yeah.
I mean, the fees are definitely way too high. But making a stake is way cheaper than ending a stake, because when you end a stake, you have to run a lot of calculations backwards, right, to calculate your yield on the smart contract level. Even though, again, if you buy Hex, stake Hex, or end stake Hex, all fees are too high. But fortunately, or the lesser damage here is that the start staking fees are
But
way
still,
lower than
Meister,
end staking.
you would have to buy on Coinbase the ETH. You pay a fee to Coinbase, then send it to your MetaMask. You pay gas fee. Swap it.
Yes.
You pay, and then make the stake with the contract. You pay again.
Yeah.
So
Yes. That's a
it's
lot.
still quite a lot.
Yeah, it's still quite a lot, definitely. So,
but also, Marian, like, I know you might have some regrets, like putting only in 100 at first, but you got to remember, you're so early, you're so ahead of like the whole, if you think about the whole
like,
population, plus you will get a copy on polls. Yeah, I think it's still pretty good, you know.
So can you share with us if you can you share with us if you caught the big payday back then? Was it before or after?
It was after
Okay.
like there's a dip on the big payday, and I didn't know I entered a good time.
So you entered right after the big payday when the dip happened?
Yes. So
oh, cool, that's
it was
amazing.
good. Yeah, it was a good deal, and I didn't know the
Awesome.
time then.
Right.
So I was just like, maybe I will just dollar cost average or something, because I didn't thought of like price appreciation.
Right.
Yes, and I think it was one time, and I wasn't active on Twitter before. I don't like using hashtags, and I don't like people following me, because social media is crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't use hashtag. I just post whatever is on my mind, and I don't like people hating on my posts or whatever. So it was just this one time that I was FOMOing on the dip, because I told you before, I didn't know I entered a good time on Hex.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like dollar cost average on it, and I think there was a time there was a good dip, and I don't have dry powder in hand. So I was like, please Hex, wait for me or something, and I hashtag it. So it was the first time I hashtag Hex. And
cool.
then people started following me. I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah,
let's start the chill game.
Yeah, so that's my introduction to the community, and now people are following me. And yeah, I got lucky that most of the OGs followed me, and I followed them. So I learned a lot from them, like staking and stuff. Yeah, and that's it. That's the history.
Cool.
But are you also still in contact with that friend who first told you about it? Do you talk to him about, strategy, what to do, what to buy?
Oh, no. We don't talk about strategies, because my friend, he is into other things, not just Hex or something. And they're into other businesses. So no, not really in contact, because they're busy doing their thing.
Okay.
And yeah, sometimes he asked me to hang out. Hey, you free to hang out or something? But I'm always working, so no.
I see.
Yeah, probably I'll see him in Vegas or whatever. I don't know.
Cool. Yeah, it's great to hear the story how you got how you started your, you could say, Twitter Hex career, right? Because obviously you are very active, which is amazing, and also we met you through Twitter, and now we're here, so this is great. Yeah, but this also shows the high activity of the Hex community, because you just mentioned, right? You just added a Hex hashtag, and immediately people followed you, interacted with you. That's a good example of the Hex community.
Yeah, I was really thankful for my first followers. I think one of the first ladies that followed me is the Annette. So Annette followed me, and then Sammy, and then Jack, and Chloe. So
Right. So more the
yeah.
Australian bunch, or?
Yeah, I wish I could meet them, but yeah, Sammy is in Australia. The Annette, I haven't met her. I met Jack, and hopefully I met Chloe this time. Yeah.
Yeah, she said she would go, I think.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking
And
forward to meeting her and some other Hex ladies.
yeah, I also wanted to ask you your Twitter profile. Also, I was really curious because you have a Wanderlust in it. So I was assuming you would you like to travel.
Oh, yeah. I like traveling a lot. Yeah, if
Nice.
not for this thing, the virus thing, maybe
Yeah.
I would have been to London or whatever. I like traveling, like saving money and then traveling. Yeah.
Yeah. I also wish I could have done more in this time, but hopefully soon. And then your next word in your Twitter profile, I honestly didn't know what it is. Thalassophile?
Oh, it's like lover of sea or something. So I like the beaches. I like the sight of the sea, the ocean. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then you have a 555 there as well.
What does that
Yeah.
mean?
Does it have a meaning
You
for
already
you?
know, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
nice.
I stake 555. I don't know how many, but yeah, I have
Awesome.
those.
That's really cool. And regarding traveling, what is your or what are your favorite places or countries? What would you recommend? Oops, I think she rug pulled.
Yep, she's gone. I don't know what happened.
Maybe she doesn't want to reveal her favorite spots.
Yeah,
Hey
top
Marianne,
secret.
welcome back.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. What did you say?
Yeah, I was about to ask what as you like to travel, what are your favorite spots that you visited, your favorite countries?
Oh, so far my favorite was Japan.
Nice.
Yes,
Cool.
because
And why?
I don't know, their history is really cool. Their country is like a fusion of history, a different culture. The gastronomy is really good, and then they're also futuristic. So,
Right.
it's like a fusion of everything.
Yeah,
And they
both
are
tradition and
able, yeah, and they are able to preserve their own culture. So it's really cool. Yeah, it's not just like, oh, Japan, they're like leading in technology and stuff, but they're also preserving their culture. So it's really interesting to go there and see how they preserve their castles, which is like built in the 1600s. And then you would see like they have this time capsule that they buried on the ground, and they are set to open it every 100 years. So
Mm.
we will not be there when they open it unless Richard miraculously got this longevity project going on successfully, right? So yeah,
Absolutely.
it's really cool to see like, oh, how did they think of like burying important relics of this generation and then open it every 100 years? So they're very futuristic. So I really admire that.
Cool. And
yeah.
they buried this what
Time
does this
capsule.
time capsule, and does it include some notes or some
Probably they didn't say which items it is, and they said it will be revealed after 100 years. So I forgot which time is the first one.
Okay, I see.
I have to go back on that.
Okay, but that's very interesting. Yeah, and also Japan is very is one of the leading countries when it comes to cryptocurrency. I think cryptocurrency is legal tender there as well. Already has been for a couple of years. They were one of the first countries that embraced cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So
Yes. And you could like they are like pioneers for vending machines, so you could buy a Bitcoin on like one of their vending vending. Well, I saw it
right.
in one of the YouTubes. Like you could buy it, and then you could buy Bitcoin. I don't know. I don't know how it is, like QR code or something.
And can
But
you
I
also
don't know.
pay at the vending machines
Yes.
in Bitcoin?
Oh, I am not sure. I didn't do it. I didn't do it before. So yeah, I wasn't into crypto when I went there.
Ah, okay,
So
okay.
yeah, it
And what
didn't
place
stop
did
me.
you visit?
Sorry?
What kind of places or islands or cities did you visit?
Oh, I went to Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto. So yeah,
Ah,
those
okay,
are the
nice.
places.
The big
Mm-hmm.
ones, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you travel with the Shinkansen?
Oh yes, yes,
Nice, that's cool. Yeah,
yeah.
I traveled
I
with it as well. From Tokyo to Osaka, or
yes.
nice, nice. How did you like it? The train, right?
I think I have a weird experience when I went there because it rained hard and we were stuck. Like, so if you do the Shinkansen, I think the most you will get is like 30 minutes or something, like less than an hour to go from Tokyo to Osaka. But then it was raining that time, so we were stuck for like an hour or so.
Ah, okay.
So
That's
the
super
travel
unusual
time
for
doubled.
Japan, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the ride is a little bit longer. It's 500 kilometers. So the ride is, I think, 2 or 3 hours. But yeah, still, it's very unusual for Japanese or for Japan, right? That the train is late, especially if it's more than 5 minutes.
But that's also insanely fast, right?
Yeah, it's
500
super
Yes.
kilometers in 2 hours.
Yeah, it's super fast.
How much
But
does it go? How fast?
I don't know, like 250, 250
Yeah, really
kilometers per
fast.
hour. And it's
Like
super
you're,
quiet. And if you're a smoker, they have really nice smoking areas in the train, which is super unusual for us Europeans, because usually you don't have smoking areas here in the train. So that was also new experience. I don't know. Did you notice them, Marian? The Japanese love to smoke, right?
uh, I guess so. I saw their, I didn't see the smoking area inside the Shinkansen because, just sat there and like observed people are just quiet, not doing their phone and like reading the traditional
Right.
newspaper and stuff.
All in smoke, all in suits, probably, or most of them.
Yes, yes, all in suits and their like briefcase and stuff.
Right, right.
So it's like really
Awesome.
traditional.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. Awesome experience. Yeah, Japan is really great. So, yeah,
Yeah,
thanks
Oh
for
yeah,
sharing your
I
story.
saw the pachinko. Yeah, that place is really smoky. So like people are also big in pachinko. So yeah, that's
Right,
where I saw they're smoking a lot.
right, right. Yeah, yeah. They smoke a lot. But yeah, I agree with you. I'm also a big fan of Japan. What I really also like there is the cleanness of the
Yes.
streets and the public transport. So people really take care of public spaces, and I think this is the way to go.
Oh, I love their bathrooms. I know, I know it's unusual, but I love their bathrooms.
Awesome. No,
yeah.
I agree. They are better than any bathroom. Like a bathroom in the supermarket, there is like Wi-Fi, heated seat, you know.
Yeah. And private sound,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like they have the sound, you know, to have a bit more privacy.
Right?
It's really good, and it's like a normal supermarket. It's literally like 7-Eleven.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah, kudos to Japan. Kudos to Japan.
I
Really
really
great.
want to go. That's so awesome you guys went. And aren't they like also super polite and like they would never skip a queue and
Yes,
like
yes. I like the politeness. Yes, they're really polite.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I have a friend living there. I want to visit him already for 2 years. Like it would be awesome. He speaks Japanese. He has a car there, but I can't go, and yeah, I hope it will be possible this year, end of year maybe. Let's see.
Yeah, it will be cool. Yeah, like traveling, it would be really cool if all of this will be over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. From cool stuff from Japan to even cooler stuff. Marian, right? Hex have been doing great for you. Pulse chain is around the corner. Yeah. How
Yeah,
you feel
it
about
has.
it? Like, did you sacrifice for the freedom of movement or freedom of
Yes,
speech?
yes, I did. So after
Awesome.
a few months on Hex, it was cool that I didn't feel I'm missing out because Richard introduced a new project and he was like, "Oh, what do you think will be a cool name if we fork the Ethereum?" So I was like, "What?" So
Right.
now we
Right.
can do
Right.
it again, whatever it is that you miss on Hex. So
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
looking forward to it.
I mean, the interesting part is that when Hex launched, or even around Big Payday, as you mentioned, the gas fees back then was basically nothing, right? So
Yeah.
the need for a cheaper platform, layer one protocol, emerged on the way, basically. So Richard Hart was also very agile in that regard, that he kind of didn't want to get stuck with the problem, but spontaneously, you could say, moved forward and try to solve it with Pulse Chain. So I think this is also pretty neat.
Yes, and he was so thoughtful to think of the future stakers, like the future of these hexicans. So it was really good of him. Like his thinking is really fast forward.
yes.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. When do you think will Pulse Chain launch?
So do
What
you
is
want
your
to make a
best guess?
prediction?
Yeah, no
I'm not
expectations, of course.
sure.
Just your best guess.
Uh, I can't guess, but I hope it's somewhere April. I hope, but I
Uh,
don't know.
that's
Yeah.
bullish.
I hope, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we will have a short testnet version 3 soon
Yes,
Hmm.
coming, and
yes, I
then
know that, but I don't
right.
know how long it will be. It could be like mid-year or something, you
Yeah.
know.
I mean,
But
it's the same. It's same with as with Hex back then, right? It's been 4 weeks forever. I think it got delayed more than 1 year. But in hindsight, you're happy that it got delayed, just to make it perfect or as good as possible. I mean, Pulse Chain you can update Pulse. It's not like Hex that it's immutable. But of course, if it launches without any flaws or with as little flaws as possible,
Yeah.
and it's even better for us. So um,
yes, yes, yeah. You
it's good to
wouldn't
be
want to
patient.
compromise the security and all the best features, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I think for me, because I'm always hopeful, so I always want to, April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this time
If
you're in
not,
it
then
from the
like
beginning.
May. Yeah, right. So I'll be like a post OG.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Cool, cool. And besides Post Chain, there are even other tools and projects launching or are about to launch. Of course, the most popular one is probably Staker app version 1, but version 2 is also around the corner. Are you a fan of Staker app?
Yeah, I have my Staker app. Yes.
Cool.
And I
Yeah, it's
also sacrificed from my Staker app wallet. So
oh nice.
yeah.
Yeah, they made it nicely, right? Like you could yeah, without
Yeah, it's easy. Like you press the
yeah.
button to sacrifice, like how much, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try it.
Oh,
It's not
cool.
much, but I tried. I tried for the sake of sacrificing.
So you have a smart wallet within the Staker app, and then you could easily then, or it's very convenient then to sacrifice, yeah, and from within the app.
Yeah, there was like a small window where you could basically sacrificed, and then the address was already in it, I guess, the correct one, and then you just send it out. It was very convenient. Like you didn't have to paste it in or something. It was already there, so it was convenient. Like I know someone who's also not that technically, and they were also thankful that they could just hack it from the Staker app.
And speaking about Staker app, Marian, as you're a user of the smart wallet, I understand that Staker app is leveraging Gnosis Safe for their smart wallets, and they are about to launch a token. So I'm assuming that users like you will receive the airdrop. Do you know more about that?
Not really. I haven't read anything about it, but
which airdrop do you mean, Meister?
Yeah.
So the smart wallets that Staker app is providing within their app is based on Gnosis Safe, or Gnosis, basically.
Gnosis, yeah.
Exactly, and they are launching a governance token for the Gnosis Safe, and the token will be called Safe. I'm not super familiar with that. But
and Gnosis itself is a company, or
yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Okay. They provide this multi-sig smart contract wallets, you could say, non-custodial ones.
Yeah, that also Vitalik uses, right?
Yeah,
Vitalik uses that.
But I mean, if you get it, then if you're not aware of that, I'm not 100% in the loop here. I thought maybe you could share some insights. But
no, maybe I missed Gerardo's stream or Huddle Dog stream or something, because they're the one covering the Staker app show. So
I want to give
aware of it.
I want to give a shout out to David Morales. He just answered the question just 2 Sundays ago on the Staker show. They mentioned the airdrop. So yeah, thanks David for pointing.
Thank you, David.
Thanks, David. Thanks for tuning in.
He gave us a shout out on Twitter as well. Thank you, David. Really nice of you. Because you mentioned Toddle Dog and Gerardo, also David Feeder, he did a video on how to claim and mint your drone if you have a Staker app wallet. And he showed like you can go on the Gnosis Safe homepage and then connect there your smart wallet, and then basically showing the process how to claim and mint a drone if you have a Staker app wallet. So that was insightful. Did you guys participate in Hey Drone? Did you claim or mint?
Me?
Yep.
I don't want to say. I don't want to say.
Fair enough.
Because it's kind of like a heated discussion on Twitter, and I don't want to add on to it. Like, I like projects on Hex and Pulse Chain. I like them to be there, and I support them. But I don't want to say like I'm into it or I'm against it or whatever. I like the success of everyone. Like, I don't want the Hex people to get wrecked.
Right. So you neither confirm, neither deny.
Yeah. I'm neutral. I'm very neutral about it. Like, I don't want to comment because I didn't get into the technicalities of it.
Right.
So like I didn't do my research just to say like I don't comment because I don't know, you know.
And it's been also hot on Twitter, like the debates.
I really don't quite understand it because it's a free market, right? And
it's true.
How can you? I think the bigger evil here would be to forbid it or trash talk it. I mean, if the market doesn't like it, then it will fail anyway. But if to my understanding and to my best knowledge, there are no admin keys. It's audited. And
it's free to claim, right? That's what I see, like free to claim. So I don't get why people are hating or like fighting over it. If they want it, then let people want it. If they don't like it, then don't let them be.
Exactly. And I mean, you can. I mean, on the other hand, of course, you don't have to endorse it, but I don't understand this childish fight. Take it or leave it, right? And if you can claim it without any risk, then good for you. If you want to invest in it, good for you.
Yeah, because I know people who interact with this contract and they have free money. So free money is free money.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And Hex is still immutable, like.
Yes.
And if I can give my opinion, you cannot prevent from people doing or having a secondary market. Like even without a contract, I could meet up Meister in real life, and we sign a contract on a piece of paper, and I tell him I will give him my stake if it ends, and we both sign it. Like you cannot prevent people trading as a secondary. You cannot stop them. And then secondly, if you tokenize it and it will have an NFT, that's something that David said, so credits to him. About 20% of the ETH traffic is already connected to some kind of NFT. And if all those people, and then now all these NFT people would get exposure to Hex and Hex stakes, because there are Hex stakes NFTs. So that could be really good, for the community.
Yes.
That's a good point. Yeah.
At outbounding, messaging.
Yeah, I like the idea that all those traffic could lead to Hex. So yeah, I'm not really against it or what do I say? Like endorsing, because I said I didn't do any research. So
I think people are also waiting for a word from the man himself, Richard Hart. Like I think a lot of waiting.
It's not his project, so he can't. I think he will not approve it, because he's also not he's not responsible for it, right? Richard may approve or endorse a Staker app, but in the end, Staker app, if you don't use the smart wallet, doesn't interfere much with the Hex contract. It's just basically displaying the stats. It's just a convenience app. But Hedron,
and then you can see your league.
Exactly, right, which is very good. But Hedron, and again, I'm actually more pro Hedron, even though this is not a financial advice and I don't endorse. Do your own research. But I think you can't stop people for building on top, right? But what my best guess is that if Hedron wants to be successful, let's assume it works, right, on a smart contract level, on the compliance level, and so on. In order for it to be successful, I think the secondary market has to be big enough, and this requires that Hex itself on the base layer gets a way more popular, because Hex self, as you described, Marion, right? It's already a hassle to buy, to transfer, stake. It's cost a lot of money, this, that. And Hedron is even building on top of that with a secondary NFT market and so on. So I think in order to be successful, it requires that Hex will be widely known, in my opinion. What do you guys think?
Absolutely. I agree. And yeah, maybe even more stakes will be opened up that way.
Yeah, I mean, their theory is basically that you could, in theory, you could.
You have a point there.
Yeah, and in theory, you could do. Sorry, Marian, go ahead. I think she's lagging. Can you hear me, Misha?
Yeah, I can hear you well, and she had a robot voice, so I think she has some issues with connection.
All right, let's give her a second. What I wanted to say is that in theory, with Hedron, right, you could do, or their argument is that you could actually maximize your T-shares by staking as long as possible, and then if you actually wanted only to hold for 1 year, you could then sell the rest of the stake on the secondary market, as you mentioned, Misha, for
I think
exiting the market.
I also think Hedron, is much more than just the tokenization of a stake, because you have the borrowing system, you have the Hedron token itself. It's like a system, with many things. Will be borrowing sensible? I don't know personally. you gotta pay a fee monthly, otherwise they liquidate you, you know. But secondary market is something that we already see in legal finance. There is you could say, a use case. Marion is writing, sorry, internet connection problem. No worries, Marion, get back.
I'm
back.
Here?
Yes,
nice.
I'm back.
Yeah. You sound good.
Oh, that's
great. Yeah, let's see. Time will tell. I think it's in general good that projects try to build on top of Hex, to build around it. This is also a sign of the ecosystem and community growing.
Yeah, growing community. Yeah, that's good. It's good for the entire Hex contract, right?
Yeah, it's a good sign. It also shows the fundament is somewhat good, that people want to build on top of it. Yeah, but like we said, Hedron is like a system with many things, and I don't even get it at all. Like, it will need time that, you know, we all understand it better, and I think so.
Yeah, hopefully.
Certainly.
And what about maybe once we talked about Hedron, just to cover it real quick, there's also another big project, more aiming on the Pulse chain, liquid loans. They also started a sacrifice phase. I know it's also how do you say what's the word? Meister, can you help me?
Controversial?
Exactly, thank you. Do you guys have an opinion there? Do you want to share? Did you sacrifice? I personally didn't. What do you guys think?
Marion, go
did
ahead.
You guys sacrifice?
No, I didn't.
Did you guys? Oh, I didn't sacrifice too. I think they went to sacrifice during like the last weeks of the sacrifice for Pulse chain, Pulse X, right?
I think so. Yeah, with liquid loans is interesting, right? Because the argument, or basically the value proposition, that let's say you would like to have some liquidity in fiat currency in order to buy, I don't know, a house, right, or a car. So you have two options. You can either, let's say, sell your Pulse chain or take a loan against it. No financial advice here from my side. Please do your own research. This sounds very promising, that in order to avoid selling, you just take a loan, and you with the assumption that the price of your collateral will go more up than the cost of the loan. This makes a lot of sense, and this setup is widely known in the real world, you could say, in the fiat world. But what I don't really understand is, or where I see challenges, is that the fiat world, or the real world laws and the regulatory aspect, doesn't keep up with a loan that is generated by a smart contract. So I think that there are some challenges if you would like to realize this use case. But what is very promising is, let's say, if you want to take, because the loan that you're taking out is in cryptocurrency stablecoins, and if you don't want to buy a car with fiat currency, but you want to use the cryptocurrency to do, I don't know, leverage trading or borrowing or yield or some yield farming, then this is a great opportunity, or could be. So I think it depends a little bit for what you want to use the loan. Is it for in the cryptocurrency world? Or is it in the real world where you have to cash out in fiat, and then you have a problem regarding the law?
And one question, Meister, if I take out a loan with the collateralization, and I get the loan, it will be in a stable coin issued by Liquid Loans?
Yes, it's USDL. This is their own stable coin.
And can I off-ramp with it, or I need to change it to USDC first?
It will depend if an exchange that provides fiat currency, that provides an off ramp, will list USDL.
Don't they have their own like stable coin. I think they're doing their own stable coin, right?
Yeah, it's called USDL. But the question of Misha was if you can then transfer it directly to, let's say, a US dollar, or do you have to go through USDC, right?
Because also it's a tax issue, right? Like the benefit would be you live off of loans and don't pay taxes, because if you sell pools, well, first you lose your pools, and if you're bullish on pools, that's bad because it could go up. But also if you get a loan, you usually on a loan you don't pay taxes, and that's something I heard Michael Saylor saying. I don't know if he knows liquid loans, but he said like all the rich people, they live by loans that they take against their assets, against their art and whatever. And
well, it's fiat. Yeah, it's true for fiat currency, because most rich people, that's why they don't pay tax, is they use debts. Like most people tell you to get away from debts, like don't have debts or something. But rich people, they use debts to avoid paying taxes. That's why people are like, okay, you paid 1 million, you are paid 1 million, now you have to pay taxes, so your net will be less. But rich people, when they get 1 million, they get 1 million net. They pay zero taxes,
and their interest payments are low because their debts are connected to their assets, right?
But this is exactly the challenging for me. And again, this is no financial advice. This is no tax advice. But I would challenge the fact that, because when you say, Misha, there's a good point, right? Michael Saylor, if you take a loan against your real world assets, the loan itself is already in fiat currency, and there's a contract. So this is a clear definition from a legal perspective, in my opinion. But if you, let's say you now have 1 million USDL and then you cash out to US dollar, how do you explain the tax authorities? Like,
that's complicated.
I highly doubt that they are aware of USDL and liquid loans, and they approve it, right? So this is just my assumption. I don't know. It's no financial tax advice, but I would challenge that. Too. So I think there may be some issues on a compliance legal perspective, not on the contract itself, on the technical.
Exactly. And also you're loaning, right? And then you will get a chance to get liquidated or something.
Right. Yeah, it depends on your collateral, of course. If you put like 10-1, it still can get liquidated. But yeah, you're right. It has some risks, definitely.
Yeah, or you could be loaning and then you nudge them. You bring the eyes to your Pulse asset, which before they didn't know about, and suddenly you're loaning and you're like disclosing, hey, I got that much million Pulse, and like they are like, oh, interesting. So I think the contract itself, I think they will take care. It will be audited. I think it will work great. But depending on your location, like you really gotta think this through, I would say.
Yeah, especially if you are in the US. Like you can't get away with taxes here.
Yeah, you can't even get away.
They always want to tax you. So
even if you live in another country, right? They always get you, I heard.
Yes, if you are US citizen, yes. Because I have when I was working in Singapore and in Macau or something, like all my coworkers, like if the company gives bonuses, they have to declare if they're US citizens. And I was like, at first, I didn't understand it. And after a while, I understood, like, oh, yeah, if you're a US citizen, you still have to pay taxes, even if you're working abroad. And it sucks because, like, if you're working abroad, their taxes are really low. Like, in Macau, it's only like 1% or less than 1%. Cool, and then suddenly you are a US citizen, and then you will be taxed accordingly. So it's not good.
Yeah. It's there's a lot of aspects to it, and it's fairly complicated for everybody, right? Each country wants their share, their tax share. But again, coming back to the original point, liquid loans is for me, and we actually met one of the team members in person, and also their CEO is very public. He did a lot of interviews showing his face also. So I don't I don't doubt the legitimacy of the projects. And Liquid Loans is another example of how the ecosystem around Hex, around Pulse Chain is growing, building on top of that. So this is a good sign again.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
Cool. And Marian, you mentioned Macau, yeah. So you're quite familiar with gambling cities, I see. Yeah, Vegas is not new to you then.
Yeah. Actually,
You work for casino or?
Yes, I work in casinos. I wanted to work in Vegas at some point before, but then my mom is like, "Oh no, don't go there," or something. Because I just moved here in US like not so long ago.
So, all right, yeah, makes sense. I mean, Macau is super popular. Is it true that gambling is forbidden in mainland China? That's why they go to Macau?
Yes, it's true. It's only because in Macau it used to be like a Portuguese colony,
right?
So that's the only place where gambling is allowed. Yes,
yeah,
but they restricted
island.
a few years back. China restricted a lot of things like phone betting and stuff. So billions of money were removed from it. So yeah, like China is doing a lot of things there.
And isn't the revenue in gambling in Macau much higher than in Vegas?
Yes. I would say one of the casino that I worked before, because every day we see how much the daily income, it's really high. Like it could go like for a day like 32 billion or something.
Whoa.
So yeah, and it's only one casino, and a lot of casinos are there. Like people buying in are crazy. Oh, I even see my Mayweather there, but he didn't gamble. Yeah, a lot of people, like you would say maybe Triad members of Triad or something. Yes, those people are real.
Yeah, and they love this game, Baccarat, right? Is it called that?
Yes, yes, it's a crazy game. Yes,
because it's not the #1 game in Vegas. I assume it would be roulette. I don't know, blackjack.
Probably blackjack because it's easy.
Or craps. Yeah.
And can you reveal? I mean, it's super interesting that you work in a casino. Can you reveal? Are you like a dealer or you're more manager, or can you share that with us?
Oh, right now, I'm working as a pit boss, so yeah, I'm kind of like managing tables and people at the same time. So
okay, cool, interesting. I can imagine you see a lot of interesting situations and meet a lot of interesting people, right? And
oh yeah. When I was in Singapore, I was doing a dual rate, so I'm usually a VIP dealer. And when I'm on the mass gaming floor or like club, I'm doing the supervisor role. So if I'm on the VIP, I would be usually with celebrities like F1 racers, or I dealt blackjack with Tiger Woods.
Highest of stakes, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes Lady Gaga would be there reserving the blackjack room, so I would be waiting for her to go out. And sometimes Mariah Carey is there, so I would be waiting for her to go play.
Wow.
Yeah, and Bruno Mars will be there.
They want explicitly you, if these VIPs join and I assume they get a special VIP room, they explicitly want you as the VIP dealer, yeah? For these
sometimes it's rotating. Like if I'm on shift and because usually casinos they put a coding to people, so this is our best dealer or this is our best person to place now, so they will put you there. But yeah, it's not that you just voluntarily go there.
You have a good reputation, yeah, and made climbed the hierarchy, you could say.
But you must be really, really skilled, like shoveling, dealing, counting.
Yes, yes, they have to test it. Like they have to test your chip skills, your shuffling skills, your math
Nice.
skills, or something.
What's your favorite
Yeah.
game dealing?
That would be craps. I
Craps?
like craps. Yes, I like it. It's very interactive.
Yeah.
You're talking to people, and then you're doing things.
I
Then you're
never fully
booking things.
understood it, this game. I already wanted to throw the dice, but I never fully got but the nice thing is the dealers, you can sometimes ask them, like even in blackjack, and they will give you, they will give you a recommendation or tell you a bit about it.
Yes,
Like,
but usually craps is very complicated game for a lot of people because there's roll and there's intermediate roll, and then it gets complicated, like
that is
center
so.
actions and props.
And you mentioned in the big room, you're sometimes the supervisor, so you wouldn't exactly deal, but stand behind the dealers and watch the games. And I also assume the dealers, like somebody has to, supervise also the employees. Is that what it is?
Yes, that's what I do. Yes, I've done a lot of a lot of things in the casino because I've been here for a long time. So I guess I could work any department inside the casino.
Awesome.
You would
And
say.
are there many women who work like on the front line, you could say, in a casino, like dealing and so on? How is the ratio?
From the place I've been, yeah, it's there's a fair amount of women in the casino. But then the struggle, because back in the days, like, oh, now I'm revealing how old I am. Yeah. So back in the days, dealing, or they have like a specific want, like a specific requirements in order for you to be a dealer. It's like you're applying for a flight attendant. You have to be this height. You don't have to be like this. They have a lot of requirements. They don't want you to wear braces.
Right.
They don't want you to have these tattoos on your hands or something.
Right.
They don't want you to be color blind.
Right.
And then
Right.
those
Right.
are a lot of requirements, and then they want you to be good in math as well. So it's not easy for people to be a dealer before. So now it's like people, oh, we need dealers. Like, even though you're not good, you could deal the game, right? So
Right. Right.
now the
Right.
struggle, yeah, now the struggle, like for me, like managing people or something, the struggle is their skills, because now companies just want people working. They don't care about skills anymore. They just
Mm.
want people to do it, to do the job, just get the job done. you know?
So it got
So it's
worse, yeah,
like,
with time,
yes,
the
over the,
quality.
yeah, yeah. Because, and now we have electronic games. So I think some of the jobs that, yeah, like they're being automated. The only thing that's keeping the casino is like the interaction. Like a lot of lonely people out there,
Mm.
seeking
Right.
somebody to talk to, like especially old people. They come to the casino and talk. Like
Right.
they're not really playing. They only have like $100, but they're seeking company or like somebody to say something to them.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. So you need also a lot of social skills, yeah, I can imagine, as a dealer, empathy, also manage tough situations or challenging situations to calm it down. So it requires a lot of skills, you could say, to be a good dealer.
Yes. Patience
And
as well. Drunk
Mm.
people dealing with drunk people all
Right,
the time.
right,
Frustrated
right.
people complaining, "Hey, you let me lose. Hey, you're not paying me."
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It sounds like a tough job.
what was the craziest that ever happened while you were working?
craziest? I'm not sure what's the craziest because everything happened. Like death, suicide, or fighting, like people fighting.
Mm,
I'm not sure what's crazy. Every night is crazy. There's always
Okay.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, I can
What do you
imagine.
want to know? What do you want to know?
maybe
Yeah, I don't know. Did
can.
someone jump
People.
on the table and throw chips around,
Oh
or?
no! I think the craziest. We have this Japanese player like VIP before. He was like a supplier of paper for the cards, and it's not just cards because now all the cards are scannable, so they're using their special shoe to scan these cards. So he supplies those types of cards, so he's a VIP.
Mhm.
So he's the Japanese, and so he supplies these cards, and he's gambling. So he got addicted to gambling, that he was there every night, and
Mm,
there was a week that he keeps losing money.
mm,
So like after, like he did everything, like keep taking money, and I think he passed the limit of his credit because
mm.
the casino gives you, once you're a VIP, they give you a credit limit, like what happens to your credit card, right? So
Oh,
they
wow.
also give you a credit limit of how many millions you can withdraw.
Oh, that's crazy. Didn't know that
Yes,
even the casino gives you a credit. That's crazy, right?
yes. So they
Uh, I mean, you also get a credit to
he
buy like
maximized that.
to buy junk food, right? With your
Yeah,
credit card. But
you get a room for free if you're a high roller player.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, I'm not
everything for
surprised, but
free. But then
it can destroy
yeah, he
someone's
lost
like.
everything. It's true. And then I think one of the days that we were waiting for him, somebody told us that he jumped. Cause if you know Singapore, the Marina Bay Sands, they have this
Right.
sky tower. So they
Is it
have this
the
sky tower.
is it the one that consists of like 3 blocks, you could say?
Um, I'm not sure
Like
if you see the Hex Asian show. Sometimes they show this Marina Bay Sands, and it has like a sky tower and like 57th floor or something. It's kind of like an iconic building in Singapore. So
right,
it's
right, right.
where I work. I used to work before. So this
Ah,
guy, he's
okay.
a VIP. He is staying on one of the highest floors in the casino because he was provided for in that room. So
Yeah.
I told you he was the supplier of the paper for that special cards,
Hmm.
and I think he lost all his money and all his assets. He
Hmm.
jumped. He
Oh,
jumped
crazy.
from the sky tower,
Oh,
and the
crazy.
thing is, it's really crazy. And the thing is, this building, it doesn't look straight. It's built for strong wind resistance, earthquake or something.
Hmm.
So it's not a straight. So the thing, he when he jumped there, he couldn't have died a slow. He could have died a slow death, you know. So
Crazy.
imagining how his body fell from that, and then it landed on the middle of the hotel lobby. So the hotel lobby has to close for a week for cleaning. It was
Okay, that's
crazy.
crazy. That's intense. That's intense.
Okay, yeah, that's
Wow.
Yes,
tragic.
Yeah, I mean,
really, really tragic. And then the local news people, and also the outside people covering the news.
mhm. Right, right, right. Yeah, I mean, this is bad press, but of course, it's very
Wanted
tragic and uh,
Singapore is kind of like strict with whatever news they're taking out. So
Marian, you're lagging again. We can't hear you anymore.
But so that press to be spreading that is were paid, not to save.
Marian, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. You were lagging.
Now you're back.
You were lagging a little bit, but now you're back, so it's good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but this is a crazy story. Thanks for sharing that. Of course, it's unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, gambling can be a lot of fun, but it also can be very dangerous. And one of the stories you just shared with us. That's why, yeah, be always responsible if you go to Vegas to meet the Hexicans.
And the man was a supplier. He was working and then got addicted into the thing that he was supplying to, doing business with. I think it's super tragic somehow.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Marian, we are closely coming to an end. I wanted to ask you one more question. You are meeting a lot of people, right? And Richard Hart is a big fan of outbound messaging. I was wondering if you had the chance to advertise Hex to some popular or VIP guest even. Did you shill during the play?
What again? Sorry.
If you had the chance to advertise Hex to some gamblers, maybe to rescue them.
I've been telling people about Hex, or yeah, some of the guests I would be telling about crypto, but not all people are believing the future of crypto. But I
Right.
was able to onboard some of my coworkers, and that is good. And they also
Cool.
sacrifice for Pulse Chain and Pulse X.
It's
So
awesome.
yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
if I
They
could
must be thankful.
always shill Hex to everyone, I would do it.
Yeah, you
But
probably
some people will
it's
just shut
not
you.
allowed, right? From compliance to like stop gambling and just stake and chill. Like your employer probably wouldn't like it, right?
Yeah, they wouldn't like it, but they don't know what's transpiring between you and the players. So yeah,
Right.
I usually like talk to people like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Like if they ask, if they are engaging into some conversation, like, "Oh, what are you doing? Are you doing business or something?" And then, yeah, some people would be like into business or whatever, and then, hey, I'm doing this crypto, and some will be really interested. Some will like, oh, I don't like crypto. So yeah, so that's where the conversation ends.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome. Good to know. Good to know. You're doing your part. It's great to hear.
Yeah. Like Hex is awesome. So I would really recommend it to anyone or anybody.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Great. Yeah, we're coming to an end, Marianne. Again, it was a pleasure to meet you, and also that thank you very much for sharing your story with us. I learned a lot.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for having me.
And time passed so fast. It's already 1 hour and 15. Like really quick hour.
yeah, time flies when time is good.
Yeah, it was lovely talking to you. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for
Nice to
being
meet
here
you
and sharing the
too.
stories. Also, the casino stories, very interesting. So yeah, nice talking. Thank you so much,
And have fun in Vegas.
yeah, good trip
Oh,
for
thank you.
Vegas.
I hope to meet you all soon. Yeah.
Maybe
100%.
Someday.
maybe third birthday party, or I don't know, third conference, something like that.
Yeah. Hopefully you can go on like a Pulse conference or something.
Yeah,
Are you
Absolutely.
keen in doing that?
Yeah,
September?
definitely. We try to be there.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I'm looking forward to meeting you all, guys.
Likewise, Marian. We stay in touch.
Yes. Thank you for
yes, we
having me
will.
here. Thank you for all the people who watch and listen to my stories.
Absolutely. We have a lot of big fans we saw in the chat. Even DJ Cryptomatic showed up.
Thank you, DJ Cryptomatic. Thank you, David Morales. Thank you. Who's it? I don't know how to say. Who's still here? Nardo.
A lot of fans.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. All right, Naren. Take care. Yeah. See you around.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, guys. This was Hex Grassroots number 19. Hex Misha. We had a great guest, right? Marian. Luckily, she got into cryptocurrency by discovering Hex as a first coin, you could say. So lucky her. She loves to travel. She's been working in the you could say casino sector, in the entertainment gambling sector, traveling the world, working from different places, as she mentioned, Singapore, Vegas, Macau, all the hotspots. So a very experienced lady. Hexagon for a long time already, very active on Twitter as well. Also spreading the good word with the casino guests. This is great. We are thankful for that. And she will attend Vegas in a couple of days. She will be on site there. So say hello to her. And guys, thank you for tuning in. This was Hex Grassroots number 19 with your host, Meister Hex and Hex Misha. And see you next time.
Thank you for tuning in. Bye and good night.